Hello, everybody. Well, it's fall in Michigan. The leaves are changing color. Some have even already dropped on the ground. But yesterday, we actually had an important day for our country. The Congress uh, got the documents they had subpoenaed from YouTube and Google, along with the ones they got from Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, Twitter, which is now X from Elon Musk, about the illegal activities of the Mush brain Biden administration. They had got with the social media companies and the tech companies and stopped free speech, basically, and free press, because, like YouTube and all these other platforms, are used for free press, not just free speech. I'm actually doing both right now. And the Biden administration got with the leadership of these companies, who are obviously all left-wing loons, and got these companies to do their bidding for them during the COVID debacle. And they actually had YouTube deleting accounts for people who were telling the truth, and Facebook and Instagram on Meta were just taking down the posts, and on Twitter as well, /X now. When Elon bought X, obviously he's not a left-wing loon, so all that immediately went away. And that's why President Trump started Truth Social, because he couldn't get the truth out on the other social media sites because they wouldn't post it. They deleted his account on X, if you remember correctly. Well, let's talk about YouTube to start off with. I'm not going to be nice about it. They had labeled a bunch of people who were telling the truth as being extremists and spreading propaganda, and deleted their accounts, a whole bunch of them. Like for saying that this COVID vaccine was not safe. Well, we now know from other countries, because our VERS system at the CDC is broken and there's no way to tell, because I've had 5 doctors now tell me that when they were in medical school, they were never trained on VERS. They don't know how to use VERS, so they've never used VERS. So the CDC database is completely worthless. And these people who said, hey, wait a minute, this vaccine don't even stop transmission, which was 100% true. But at the time, they were deleting YouTube accounts for people who said the truth. Hey, this doesn't even stop transmission. And hey, this is looking like this vaccine has some safety problems, like A, killing people, B, maiming people, C, altering, oh, sorry, my camera fell over. C, altering every gene in your body. That might not be too bright. And to do it over and over again, that might even be less bright. And Then there was the mask fiasco. Our so-called trained people who flunked 7th grade science class saying, oh, these cloth and bacterial masks will stop something that's going through the air on the nano level. That was a lie. The mask experts testified to it before the House and Senate. And they were still deleting people's accounts and their memes off Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all this. All these people were telling the truth. The guy even said during that mask testimony that an indoor environment, there was no difference between 6 foot and 60 foot in an indoor environment. You could get it just about as fast from 60 foot in a elementary classroom, for instance, as you could, 60 foot or 6 foot. Doesn't matter. You're going to get it. And these people were saying, oh, that's propaganda. Well, no, it wasn't propaganda. That's the truth. And anybody that passed 7th grade science class should have known that. Let alone the doctors and the head of the NIH saying that. What an idiot. But the people who believed what they were saying were even bigger idiots. The military masks are sealed masks with special, with special filters that are designed to filter at the nano level. So, and they work. The military masks work. Bacterial masks don't work for anything coming out at the nano level in the air. That's a joke. It's not true. It's just not true. And now we're at an impasse of what are we going to do about those officials in our government that suppressed free speech and freedom of the press. Well, even Fox News in 2020 was spreading that propaganda along with every other news organization practically in the world in the beginning. They all acted like a bunch of uneducated idiots. But our government officials who were involved with the suppression of free speech and the freedom of the press should be held accountable. So the question is, what are we going to do to hold them accountable? To date, they have not been held accountable. The people in government should be held accountable for that. And the people in social media that were a part of that because they're left-wing loons should also be held accountable. They should have their butts fined off. I mean, millions of dollars in fines for not abiding by their own rules and regulations regarding the users had to agree to use their platforms that they make money off of, I might add. I think it's time that something be done. I think President Trump needs to address those facts. That if they violated their own guidelines in doing that, i.e., Google, YouTube, Meta with Facebook and Instagram, the people who used to run Twitter, now X, I don't think Elon Musk should be held accountable for that, but the people who were controlling Twitter at the time should have a massive fine put on them personally, whoever was the CEO or whatever. The question is, are we as Americans going to put up with allowing that to happen in the United States of America? And if something else happens, like a war or another pandemic or anything else, are we going to let this happen again? Because what did they do? They took the voice away from the people. Our democracy is founded on that basic principle. The people of the United States, are the ones that have the final say and all the say in controlling our government. And we're going to have these congressional hearings, obviously. I think we've already had some. But do they really have the power to fix a wrong? I think they should. I don't think they do. So there you go. That's all I got for today. I got to fix my camera holder here. It keeps falling down. Did it twice in this video. I don't have a professional setup. That's not what I'm operating on. This isn't about money. I just get on here, say my piece. That's about all that this amounts to. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gets you to think. More importantly, I hope it gets you to act and talk to your crazy politicians, especially if you have left-wing loon politicians like a lot of us do. That's what this is about. All right, take care. Till next time. Bye-bye.